Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Miss Comika. This is my second pull list, and this is going to be for the week of January 18th for Wednesday. And I got 3 comics this week. These are what I got. So first up is Raven. Now this is going to be number 5 out of 6. This is a little mini series. And as far as with this comic, I really enjoy the cover, and that is going to be by the artist Stephanie Hans. As far as the illustrations on the inside, it is a little bit different. It looks more like a 90s comic book. So if you like Mr. Cooper on the back, you'll like this. So basically what this one is about, it's about Raven, which is the same character from Teen Titans Go. And it's based in San Francisco, and she's been living with her family, her aunt, uncle, and cousins. And there's this weird light beam that's been sucking in young adults and killing them. And so she goes to the beam and she's trying to stop it, but she doesn't know how to. She does reveal that the reason why she hasn't been sucked into the beam, and also why she can't enter it willingly, is because she's been trained to have her emotions in check. Which I feel like that's really weird, because there are certain parts where she's like totally freaking out, and I feel like I see a little teardrop coming, so I don't really know how she has her emotions in check. Meanwhile, all this is going on, her cousin has figured out that Rachel, which is her real name, that she is Raven. So now the mom is kind of freaked out, and she banishes the kids to their rooms just to stay safe. Meanwhile, while they're in their rooms, the daughter decides that she's going to ride her bike down to Raven, and she's going to try and help her. I don't know how. She's not a superhero, and Raven's not even able to do anything, but she's gonna do it. So she gets on this mission and goes on her bike, and she goes down to Raven, and she goes, Raven, I'm here to help you. And this evil being notices how important this cousin is to Raven, and so he sucks her up, and basically Raven starts fighting back, and her emotions get the best of her. She starts letting her evil side come out, and apparently that's like her father's side. Like her father is this evil demon or something. She's fighting this evil side of her to not come out. She is faced with this struggle of, should I become evil and let my father's side come out and save my cousin, or is there a way that I can remain true to myself and good, if you will, and save her anyway? So that's where it ends. What I would rate this comic would probably be like 2.5 stars out of 5. I probably won't buy the last issue. It was pretty predictable. The next comic I got was Spider-Gwen, and this is Spider-Gwen issue number 16. And this is going to be the continuation, the part 2 from the Spider-Man that I reviewed last week. The creative team of Spider-Gwen is going to be Jason Latour, Rico Renzi, and Robbie Rodriguez. They're really great together. They're another power team. I really like it, and this is probably the reason why I keep buying Spider-Gwen, is just because of the story, the art, and the coloring is all really great. Basically, it starts off with the two of them just kind of bullshitting and just kind of catching up, and then it turns into Spider-Man's spidey senses tingling, and Gwen has something called power-ups, I guess. Basically give her spider powers, and she only has a certain amount of them, so she tries not to waste them. And they end up running into Matt Murdock, which is Daredevil, which is one of my favorite comic book heroes. So I was like, wait, what, Matt Murdock? It kind of seems like he's kind of a douche in this issue. He's kind of like a mean mob boss. I don't know. Basically, I haven't figured out what these power-ups are that Gwen needs to become a spider person, but Matt ends up telling Miles, well, Spider-Man, that he's providing Spider-Gwen with these power-ups that he's getting from Cindy Moon, which is Silk. I don't know why she's able to give power-ups, and why Spider-Gwen needs them, and why is Matt in the mix. That's kind of just weird. I'm sure I missed all of that on previous issues. Basically, Matt is telling them that he knows information about Miles' father, but first he needs a favor from them, and this favor is to go to this Club Scorpion and kill somebody. Like he says, bring me their head, and they're like, no, we don't kill people. They end up deciding to go to this club and just kind of see where it goes, and of course, as you know, they run into trouble and things backfire. They get caught, And in the end of the issue, they're confronted by Miles' father, and Miles' father seems like he doesn't recognize Miles and kind of seems mean himself. So I don't really know what's going on there. I will definitely be picking up the next issue of Spider-Gwen just because I really like the story. It does jump around a lot with all the different universes, but for the most part, it really kind of sticks to its own universe and Spider-Gwen's like own struggles and antagonists and stuff like that. And like I said, the creative team is super on point. So what I would rate this comic would be, I'm gonna say 4 stars out of 5, just because I'm not a huge fan of Spider-Man, especially Miles, and I'm interested to see where it goes. So I will continue to pick this one up. The third and last comic that I got this week was The Unbelievable Gwenpool. Now, I've never read this one, never picked up Gwenpool. The reasoning is because I'm not a huge Deadpool fan. I think the movie was great, I thought it was super funny. As far as the comics go, I'm like super annoyed by the spamming of quips that he does, as well as with Spider-Man. I feel like even Spider-Man quips way too much. You're like, okay, I get it, like be serious now, you know? And with Deadpool, like even though he does quips, I feel like they're not like super funny, they're just more annoying than funny. I kind of never really picked up Gwenpool because I felt like it would have that kind of same effect. But this week seeing the cover, I thought it looked really cool and interesting. The team for this one is actually Christopher Hastings, and then the artist is Gurihiru. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's actually 2 people. It's a 2-woman duo artistic team, and they're based out of Japan. They've had their hands in the illustration of Avatar: The Last Airbender. They said Fantastic Four. I start following them on Twitter just to see what kind of art they're coming out with, see what they're coming up with next, and things like that. So I'm interested to see what Gurihiru has coming up. I liked this one. I'm gonna preface by saying that. I was surprised. It reminds me more of Spider-Gwen than Deadpool, which is good because I like Spider-Gwen, not so much Deadpool in the comics. It's pretty funny. It starts off with this elderly couple and they're discussing what they're gonna have for lunch, and then meanwhile outside Gwenpool comes up and she's destroying the neighborhood in some machine that she's operating. And what she's trying to do is get her comrades back that are being held captive by these like evil aliens. It turns out that her employer is actually the one that sold her and her comrades out to these aliens. It becomes this standoff between her and these aliens because her employer is like begging them to take this fight somewhere else because this is like where he lives and this is his neighborhood. He cares about his neighbors and stuff, so he's like, I don't care that you guys fight, but don't do it here. Well, Gwen's like, that's fine, but they're not cool with that, and the aliens aren't cooperating. They continue to do what they were doing already, and so Gwen's basically like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep fighting. And so then her employer is like pissed off and starts fighting the aliens, and so then it turns into this like huge fight, like war or whatever. And it turns out that Gwen wins and she saves the day, everything is great, and she saves her comrades. But it's bittersweet because she goes to her comrades and she's like, great, now we can get started on our next mission, you're welcome. And they're like, unfortunately we're gonna have to disband because you destroyed our base, which was that like robotic thing that she was operating, and they don't have an employer anymore. And they're wanted by the police. Then her comrade's just like, well, what are we supposed to do? There's nothing we can do. We have to disband and go our separate ways. So she's like, what the hell? Like, thanks a lot, guys. But I mean, I agree. Like, what are they supposed to do? So they all go their separate ways. And now she's left with her original friend, which is her tailor that goes by Ronnie. Before she joined this like mercenary group, she was getting mercenary jobs from her tailor, Ronnie. And so Ronnie's like, I can always find you more jobs. Gwen's like, that's fine. And now she's just like angry and wants to start beating stuff up. So she's like, I want you to find me the most dangerous, self-destructive job you can. So it's kind of foreshadowing for the next arc that's to come, is that, you know, she's solo and she's just pissed off and doesn't really know what to do with her life. So she's just gonna go out there and start wreaking havoc and being violent. And yeah, I'm definitely going to continue this series. I was pleasantly surprised by picking up this issue. I'm going to give this issue 4.5 stars out of 5, probably because I'm just shocked about how much I actually like this comic. Yeah, if you like Deadpool or even if you like Spider-Gwen, I would recommend picking this one up. I want to know, what comics did you guys get this week? Or what comics are you looking forward to in 2017? Personally, for me, something that I'm looking forward to pretty soon, I discovered as I was reading Gwenpool, it's going to be, it says Champions number 5 Changed the World, February 2017. Gwenpool's crashing the party. So since it's number 5, it's already been out, but I have never heard of it. I will be picking this one up just because it's got Gwenpool and it's also got Ms. Marvel, which is one of my favorite comic book characters. Oh, and it's also written by Mark Waid. I only got 3 comics this week just because I don't want these videos to get too long and lose your attention. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments section. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and my anime list. It's going to be down in the description box below. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. And please feel free to start discussions. I want to talk with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye!